Welcome, Knights of Apollo. You just made it in time for the defense of the holy city. To arms, Knights of Apollo, to arms. What's up, guys? It's Pixelated-Apollo. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys are doing well. And today I will be providing you with more cringy commentary on another Medieval 2 Total War online battle. This time we are playing on the Crusader expansion, but this is not going to play out like your traditional Medieval 2 siege battle. This is actually a custom scenario made by Sultan Eddard Stark. This is the first time I've ever heard of his name, so I don't know if this is his first custom scenario or what, but thank you, Eddard Stark. I appreciate it. So this is a Crusader battle, of course. We have the Kingdom of Jerusalem with the Kingdom of England. They are defending this, I don't know what city it is, but it's a holy city, and they must defend it. And they're taking on invaders from the Mongolia. So yeah, this is not historical, in case you're wondering. The Mongols are teaming up with the Turks to take this city. Now, this is a custom scenario, so there's some new rules to this. It's not going to play out like a traditional siege battle. You can see around the fortress on the map, there's 4 small little towns. Now, the attackers, they have to take out these small towns before they can advance and take out the fortress. Now, historically speaking, I don't think anyone would do this. There's a reason you have a castle fortress back there, and that reason is to fall back and leave these towns and defend a much more defensive position. So historically, or really just common sense, I don't think you would, send troops out to these small villages to defend them, unless you're trying to buy time for the civilians to retreat into the city or into the fortress. But yeah, it might not make sense, but it's a cool twist to the battle. It's always fun to see like a pitched battle outside the castle walls, a fight outside of the great fortress back there. So it's going to be an interesting one indeed. Another rule I want to mention is that the cav for England and the Crusaders, they cannot move forward until 10 minutes. So they have to sit back until the good old 10 minutes. All right, so on that note, let's look at the army comps, and then we can get this one started. We'll start with, I guess we'll start with the Mongols here. So the Mongols are being commanded by Happy Meal. He's got town militia. He's fielding some dismounted heavy lancers. Back here, he does have some elephants, great war elephants. That's always exciting. You don't see them quite enough. He's got a bombard. He does have some cav. He's got some Mongol heavy lancers. And of course, he's got the general's bodyguard. Here is the general. And he's got more infantry in the mix, like the dismounted gulams. And he has more Mongol infantry, which is they're an archer slash sworded infantry. They're really good. And he's also got some pilgrims, because you know what? Why not? Just bring the pilgrims. They're here helping out the Mongols. Let's now look at the Turks, who are all the way on the other corner here. So the Turks are being commanded by I Am the Destroyer. Very, very nice name. He's ready to destroy this holy city, or at least conquer it. But yeah, he's leading the Turks with some Kurdish auxiliaries. He does have some Hashashin, and he does have some dismounted Hasham. So very, very cool. I love seeing the newer units in the Crusader expansion, because definitely adds some diversity to the Turks. He does have some Ottoman infantry, which is a really cool melee slash bow, composite bow unit. He has more dismounted gulams in the back ranks, and he's fielding some dismounted Sipahi lancers, and of course he has some Hasham, mounted Hasham, and he's got some cannons and a catapult. So that's pretty much it for the Turks. Let's now look at the 2 defenders. We will start with the Kingdom of Jerusalem, commanded by Generic Stannerman. He has some Crusader sergeants and some Balkan archers, just kind of scattered around the cities. He does have some Slav mercenaries in the mix as well. So really defending the small towns. It's a mix of elite and not elite troops, like levy troops, which is really cool, because I like to see armies that are a mix of good and bad. It makes it more realistic. But he does have Templar sergeants. I think he's also defending another town in the front here. Yes, he's got mercenary spearmen. He has some free company longbowmen, which are going to be very deadly. Crusader sergeants to defend the streets, and more archers in the back. In the city, he does have a small force, actually near the gate, but he is going to retreat these guys. He's got Armenian archers, and he has some infantry. These are the good knights here. Dismounted Knights of Jerusalem, pretty solid heavy infantry unit. And here is Richard the Lionheart. who is leading this defense. Awesome. That might be why the English are here helping them out. So let's move on to England now, who is again commanded by the Sultan Eddard Stark. He's got yeomen, archers, longbows, catapults. He does have a lot of billmen, heavy bill militia. And I think he's also got a lot of English knights. So yeah, the dismounted English knights. And here is his general. It's the general's bodyguard. And also, just like the Crusader army, they've got small forces outside the walls of mercenary German knights, which is pretty cool. And he's got town militia, more free company men-at-arms. So a really cool mix of units. So those are the army comps, guys. Let's now get started with the siege battle. Alright, so here we are, guys, with the start of the siege battle, and obviously the Mongols are advancing to the first nearest small little village, which is mostly being defended by English soldiers. Now on the other side, of course, the Turks are doing the exact same thing. They've got some Ottoman infantry, not quite in range of the enemy forces. Now the Crusaders have decided to clump up their forces near, I guess like the center of the village. I don't want to call it a town center, but you know, whatever. The town center, we'll just go with it. So he's got some spears trying to protect multiple flanks, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to have enough infantry to defend every single choke point. So the Turks should really take advantage of that. Oh wait, no, wait, he does have more infantry. Okay, so he actually does have enough infantry to protect every single choke point, every street that leads to the center. That's going to be pretty good. Now, talking strategy about this, because this is going to play out a lot differently than your traditional siege battle, and if the attackers want to win here, they have to be really smart with their forces on taking out these small villages. They've got to use their lesser troops, they got to use their numbers, and they most definitely have to use their archers, because obviously they're going to have more troops. They can sit back, fire their bows, soften them up, and then send in like some levy spearmen to try to take them out. Don't send in the elite troops. Save the elite troops for the final push for the fortress, because that's going to be the most challenging structure to take. So this is going to be pretty fun, guys. I mean, just seeing this a completely different strategy. Now the Mongols are already getting peppered down. You can see some of his town militia losing some troops there. That's okay. It's just town militia, but you don't want to lose too much. He's now advancing his Mongol infantry, which is definitely a very elite infantry. So he's going to get them in range. Finally, they're going to fire back and answer back to the English. How dare they fire down on their Mongol troops? They're crusading Mongol troops. Whatever, don't question it. Alright, so the first volley about to hit. Also, we got English bows. You can see them in the background still going. Oh yeah, they're just crushing that town militia because they're so lightly armored that those longbow arrows are just penetrating that, what is that, like leather armor. Some of them have some, they definitely don't have steel plate armor, but maybe some have some chainmail similar armor to that. But they definitely have the shields, which could protect them. But yeah, they're lining up, they're getting in position. War battle, the battle music has begun. Archers are still firing. We also have a charge of infantry on the other side. I am the destroyer, leading his dismounted Sipahi lancers to engage the Crusader sergeants. So finally, we're gonna have our first engagement. Actually, hold on. Oh, are they charging? Yes, they are charging on this side. We do have our first infantry engagement. So we have town militia. Wait, town militia versus town militia? What a crazy world we live in. So yeah, they're both doing battle. Town militia is actually a very fitting name for this defense here, because, you know, it's a town, and they're militia-ing it. They're defending it. So yeah, he's trying to keep the English soldiers occupied, and he's now flanking with more town militia, looking for more spots to invade. He does have some free company in reserve. This is going to be the most difficult unit to take out. I would try to focus all of my archers on this unit to try to make them really weak before they take on the Mongol infantry. So more and more infantry charging around. He's got the dismounted heavy lancers, and he's got elephants coming in. These are gun elephants. So they're gonna really do some damage against the morale of the English. I mean, that's what these guns are made for. I mean, not only are the elephants terrifying, trying to fight a giant beast that weighs over a ton, but also getting shot at from troops who are sitting on the elephants. That's gonna be pretty terrifying. So I wouldn't blame them for breaking so early on, especially being town militia. but defeat seems certain, but they're still steady. They're still steady. Let's head back over to the other village. So, okay, so the Turks they're flanking on 2 different spots here, or attacking on 2 different spots. They got the dismounted Hisham, which is actually a pretty solid unit. Also, did I see some troops fly up there? Was that artillery? I do see a catapult back there, which I don't think he should be using a catapult, because he should be saving it for the fortress. Oh, he is firing his cannon. Why? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you don't want to fire a cannon like that. You could easily get some friendly fire. And again, at this stage of the battle, it's all about keeping your troops alive as the attacker. Now, of course, if the defenders want to win, it's about killing as many as you can with the weaker troops you have defending outside of the fortress before they actually attack the fortress. And this is actually, you know, so far, I would say the defenders are winning this one. They're winning because they're getting the attackers to use their catapult ammo, which catapult ammo, it's huge. Like, you really need that for taking out fortresses, taking out choke points. It's not really that necessary in here. Now, as long as he saves some of that ammo, it's gonna be okay. But as of right now, oh my god, look at that. The archers were massacred in the center. Like I said, just outgunned, outnumbered, and of course outpositioned, because all they can do is hold this single position right here. So position is short for position, in case you were wondering. Yeah, they were just surrounded and cut down from afar from the Ottoman infantry. You gotta watch out for that Ottoman infantry. Even when they run out of arrows, you gotta watch out for them, because you see those shields on their backs. They just grab those shields, take out their swords, and now they're a great infantry unit. So they're pretty deadly, pretty versatile. All right, let's head back over to the Mongol assault, where they're slowly making their way through the town militia. Now they're taking on the more challenging infantry, which is the Free Company men-at-arms, who are fighting for their, I believe, religious purposes. Or maybe they're more of a mercenary unit. But regardless, they're tough fighters, and they're going to make a great stand here. Also, we have the dismounted mercenary German Knights. That's going to be another tough unit, especially this unit. They've got the shield, and they have a mace. So they've got great protection, well-trained, elite, experienced soldiers. Oh, we do have artillery crashing down, though. That could be a, that could change things. Yeah, he's got his bombard. See, I kind of like that. Unlike the Turkish cannon, because the Turkish cannon was firing at the backs of his infantry, this bombard is firing at the backs of the German knights. He could get some friendly fire, but I don't think it'll be that bad. I think he should hold fire at this point, because he is actually doing some great damage against these German knights. Another thing that I want to mention here is that look at the balance of power. It was just like this at the start of the battle, so it hasn't changed that much. That's really difficult for the attackers. I mean, the fact that they have to not only take out 4 small towns, but also take out a castle, a Middle Eastern castle, and the balance of power is almost exactly even. That's going to be really tough for them. But again, they have elephants, they have artillery, they've got a lot of great equipment. So I think they can do it. It's just going to be a little bit more challenging, of course. So they're slowly pushing, slowly getting past the Free Company men-at-arms. They're down to 49 men. So they don't have the numbers, but they do have the skill. They're not losing a lot of troops. They're still at 49. I mean, they're taking on spear militia. It's not that big of a deal. Uh-oh. Make this 48, guys. 48. He stabbed him in the foot. Everybody knows there's a vital organ in the foot that once you stab it, you're dead. Just kidding. All right, so now he's 47. All right, so they're still holding strong. Oh, now we got the Mongol heavy cav charging in, trying to get behind some of the infantry that's holding back a huge swarm of Mongol horde. But they do break them. The town militia finally break. That's actually pretty impressive that they were holding against so many troops for so long. Now the Mongol heavy lancers, they're going to fall back, and the floodgates have opened. The Mongols are pouring through the streets, and now the archers are getting attacked. The longbows are going to have to go into melee. Also, the flank is exposed to the Free Company, who are now down to 49. So they actually lost quite a bit. Let's head back over to the Turkish battle, or the battle with the Turks and the Crusaders. It's still pretty close, or it's not close, but it's still going on, is what I meant. And the Crusaders are holding on with a small number of Crusader sergeants. They're down to 11, 10, 9. Yeah, they're dropping pretty quick to the Sipahi Lancers. And they still got some troops holding this flank as well. But yeah, the Turks are just going to muscle their way past them. The mercenary spearmen. A lot of mercenary troops. There they go. They break. They break. But the good news for the defenders here is that they will get those troops back. I know it's not a lot, but everything matters. Every man matters in this kind of battle. So they should get those troops back as long as they don't get cut down on their retreat. But the Turks are victorious in this small town, and it looks like they're now advancing to the next town, which is pretty far away. It's got a pretty far distance here, and it's also a pretty challenging force here. I mean, we've got Templar sergeants, lots of archers, the Slav mercenaries. I don't think they're too great. They don't exactly look like the most elite forces of Europe or anything, but you know, they could hold their own. So it's still going to be pretty challenging for them to take them out. And have they moved up their cav? Okay, so yes, we do have the English knights who have moved up here. So this is going to make things a little bit more interesting. So 10 minutes has passed, and they're going to be able to charge in, get some good hammer and anvil or cycle charges. Where is the, okay, oh, yeah, here they are. We got the Crusader Knights over here as well, the mercenary German Knights and the Knights Templar, who are going to probably do some pretty heavy damage if he can use them appropriately, you know, use them at perfect times. Alright, but let's head back to this fight in the street where the brave Free Company men-at-arms down to 13 men, and the longbows stay true to the Free Company. You know, they've been stationed in this town for many months now. They've become friends, and they now fight to the death to protect the flank of the Free Company. But the Free Company now break, unfortunately, so that friendship didn't really help out there. It did not help out. Now the longbows are going to be surrounded. Come on, Free Company, you're letting us down. Now they're going to be surrounded by Mongol town militia. Come on, charge in there. Come on, break them quick. There's men dying. Why are you slowly inching backwards? What are you doing? Charge. Charge. All right, so the rest of the Mongol army is reforming. There we go. The longbows just break on their own. Word has gotten out about the Free Company breaking, so they're done. They're out of there. And now, okay, so this is where the battle kind of slows down here. We do see some cav trying. I think they're just trying to fish for a charge. You know, they're just looking for a good opportunity to charge in. Nothing really happens until much later on the battle. All that you're going to miss are, what you're going to miss is the armies charging forward, marching forward to the next town to attack. And we'll just start it back up once the battle begins once again. Alright guys, welcome back. The Mongols are now advancing. The English knights are getting restless. They want to charge in. They want to butcher the man that is leading this army to kill their own people. So they want to take him out and hopefully do it quickly. Now this is actually pretty gutsy here from Happy Meal, leaving his general in the front line like this, facing some English knights. That is not something to just, you don't want to do that, is what I'm trying to say. And now he's also getting shot at from some Sherwood archers and some yeoman archers. So now he's in range of enemy archers. You definitely don't want to leave your general like that. You don't want to lose him early on, especially as the attacker. Let's see what's going on in this front. The Turks are now pushing. They are pushing. The cav here, the Templar Knights, have not engaged just yet. We also have the German Knights over on this side. So it looks like they're looking for a charge. They might be engaging. The Turks kind of have their army divided in two. I don't think that's a great idea either. I mean, really, you're just asking for cav charges in the back when you do that. Now, the Turks do have some of their own cav, which they could use to zone out enemy cav, but they're not advancing forward. They're just letting these mercenary German Knights get into position here and actually be able to. I think they can charge the Kurdish auxiliary. So yeah, this is a very vulnerable. It's a light infantry. They stand no chance against the heavy cav. But we're actually, hold on, we're gonna do slow motion here because something very critical happens here. So we're doing 1 speed, and if you look, the knights are now moving forward. They're getting ready for a charge. Okay, so actually we'll head back we'll head back over there. I just wanted to let you know that the knights are also beginning their charge. And here comes the great charge of the English knights as they charge their great lances through the chest of the Kurdish auxiliary. And they just butcher about 25%. Half the unit there is gone. So that was a great charge from the mercenary German knights. We'll now head over back where the English cav is getting very restless. And look at this. They have their eyes on the general. They want to take out the man who's leading the enemy army. And he charges in. And there goes the great German charge. The general's already bloodied up. He's surrounded by English knights. This could be a disaster for the Mongols. They do not want to lose their general. He's getting some kills. He's taking them out as quickly as possible. And look at this. The knights are just doing drive-by swings of their swords. And just like that, the general has been killed from the drive-by English sword swings of the great English knights. That was amazing. First off, yeah, I think Happy Meal was a little too aggressive with his general up in the front lines. You got to have him protected. I know it's the Mongol general, and they're pretty tough. But, yeah, I don't think he was expecting to lose his general so quickly like that. He already took a lot of damage to the enemy archers. So this has been pretty challenging for the Mongols, and it's going to make it very difficult for them leading up to the final stage of this battle, because as the defender, it's okay to lose your... Oh, hold that thought. Look at this charge into the pilgrims. Oh my god. My goodness. Man, these English knights are just butchering these pilgrims. They're killing them faster than a cold winter in the new world. And they continue to push, but they do break. They're surrounded by too many enemy forces. And that should be it for the English knights. Let's head back over to the Turks here, where they are assaulting this small village, the final village, or the second to last village. But what was I talking about? I said hold that thought. I was saying something. Oh yeah, what I was saying is that if you were the defender and you lost your general, it's not that big of a deal because you have infinite morale in the town center. But if you are attacking a settlement and you lose your general early on like that, it could be disaster, because having good morale is so important in Medieval 2, especially in the expansions, because it's all about morale. For example, if you're playing one of the expansions, for let's just say Crusader, for example, this is true for all of them. You would rather get chevrons instead of armor upgrades, because the armor upgrade in the expansions are very expensive. I'm pretty sure they're more expensive than the vanilla Medieval 2. So chevrons are cheaper, and morale is so important that you want to get the chevrons instead of the armored or weapon upgrades. That's just what I think. I've been playing this game for a pretty long time, so I think that's a pretty solid statement. I could be wrong though. You know, there's always things I'm wrong about. I'm not the best Total War player, but that's just what I think. So you should definitely try it out if you play the expansions. Give it a try. But yeah, nice stand here of the Templar sergeants holding off the dismounted Sipahi and the Kurdish auxiliaries. Nothing engaging this front here. And on this front, we actually have a flank by some assassins here, the Hashashin. They're flanking around and killing the Balkan archers. Who, this is not, you don't want to lose your archers like this, but unfortunately, they don't have enough infantry to defend every flank, so the archers are going to have to take out their little Peter Pan daggers and take on Captain Hook here, aka the Hashashin. Alright, the Slav mercenaries, they're still holding their own. Defeat is almost a certainty, though. They're only going to hold for a little bit longer. Let's now see what the Mongols are doing. I mean, the Mongols have to be in shock at this point. They're like, oh, a general is dead. But, you know, we still have a healthy army. We're still going to push on. We still have rockets. We have oh, and there it goes, guys. Perfect timing. Awesome. So they're using the rockets to fire straight down this road to take out these longbowmen. There's their point of view. That's kind of terrifying. Being a longbow and be like, all right, man, hold your ground. They're about to shoot some rockets at us, but that's okay. We'll hold our ground. Dang it. Nice volley there. It's not like the rockets are that accurate, though. You know, it's not that big of a deal. But really, what the defenders need to be doing here, these longbows, don't go for the infantry. The Mongol infantry is not that great. Use fire arrows and kill the elephants. Scare them. Make them go crazy, you know? And just make them turn around and run down their own army. This unit right here is the main concern when fighting the Mongols in this specific battle, because these elephants are going to just do so much damage. And look at this, he's going to charge him in. He's going in by himself. There he goes. There he goes. He's reading my mind. Using fire arrows. Now he's charging in some spears from the alleyway. Oh, the archers, though, are going to get just trampled to death. He formed Shieldtron formation. He's now engaging in some town militia. He's trying to take advantage of the fact that these elephants are caught between, you know, they're deep in enemy lines, so you got to try to take them out. Look at those elephants, they're adorable. They're adorable as they butcher human lives, and the humans butcher the elephants. It's tragic. Honestly, it is quite sad to see animals getting involved with human affairs. Especially elephants, man. Elephants are awesome. I love me some elephants. You know, horses, whatever. You know, just... I love horses, too. He's retreating out of there. I'm pretty sure most of these troops are going to get back up, unless they're running amok. Which they might actually... Well, no, most of them are getting back up. So that wasn't too bad. So after the elephants broke their formation, the Mongol infantry is now going to engage and take out the final city here. Now he needs to quickly flank around with the town militia. They are exhausted. That's something you got to watch out for. You got to make sure your troops are well rested for that fortress they have to take out in a couple minutes. Yeah, they're now flanking around. Why did they just stop and shake their heads? I'm not sure. But the spears are in Shieldtron formation. I think he's got both his spear militia and Shieldtron formation. Let's oh wait. Yeah, they're running amok, guys. His archers from the walls helping the men defend the city here. These archers are actually lighting the elephants on fire. There they go. They're loading up their bows once again. I love the shields on their hands. That's pretty cool. They're on the walls. Also, we've got longbows supporting the city here. This city here makes this assault really challenging. It's the fact that it's so close to the fortress, and these Mongols are gonna have to get shot from the flank. They don't have an answer to this. And since they have to take out the cities before they can assault the fortress, all they can really do is just sit and pray that most of these arrows miss them. But these are longbows of the Kingdom of England. They're not gonna miss a lot of shots. Actually, I'm sure they miss a lot, but if they do hit, they're gonna get some pretty nasty kills. Mongol infantry supporting the Mongol archer infantry supporting the Mongol spears in the front. All right, let's head back over to the other side where the Turks they've wiped out most of the Crusaders here. The Crusaders are making their last stand. We got Crusader sergeants surrounded by Hashashim. And the timer is about halfway over, a little bit more than halfway, or a little bit less than halfway over. So this is actually a pretty smart idea from the defenders. Forming that Shieldtron formation buys a lot of time. It makes it, like I said, it buys more time and it makes it more difficult for the attackers because time is against them. But the Turks are looking a lot better than the Mongols at this point. And he's actually getting ready to attack the walls here. So he's not even gonna wait, but there's really nothing defending this wall, and that's probably why he's being so aggressive. He's moving up his army, getting ready to scale the walls. Let's see what's going on in this other front. Oh my goodness, what in the world? Wait, we got the English general charging out of the fortress and trying to take out some of the Mongols here. That is why the Turks sent over some cav support. He's got his Hashashim trying to cut down the Knights Templar. This is actually quite surprising. So surprising that I didn't even see it on the minimap. Richard the Lionheart is leading this charge. Let me see Richard. Where are you? Where are you, Richard? Where are you, Richard? I don't know. He's somewhere. He's still alive. That's something I do know. But Richard's falling back. The bodyguard trying to kill the enemy general, trying to seek revenge. And again, they're getting that arrow support from the walls, which is just so devastating. These cav units are dropping very quickly. And now the Templar Knights are falling back into the palm trees. And the English continue to hold on. But, you know, even if the English die here, I definitely think this is a victory for England. They've killed the Mongol general. They wiped out the elephants. And they're also wiping out a lot of the Mongol cav. Oh, there's the English charge. Actually, not that great of a charge. The lances were not ready, so he's going to disengage there. Fall back. Make sure it gives his troops enough time. Let's see what's going on in this. Oh, nothing here. I went a little too far. Okay, so the Turks are actually trying to cut down Richard the Lionheart. That's not exactly the easiest thing to do. And I think these Hasham are close to breaking. They're down to 7 men. And of course, Richard's bodyguard. Oh, here's Richard. Hey, Richard. Hey, buddy. Richard, the English king who's not really English. Who doesn't even speak English. All right, let's see. Okay, so the English are still holding. Let's see what's going on here. Obviously, the Turks can't attack yet until their ally takes out that city, but they have wiped out the city, so they're ready to go. They can rest up their troops. There's no need to run. Don't run your men. Walk them. If you want them to fight well in the rest of this battle, they've got to be fresh. You know, they got to wake up, have their bowl, have their cereal. The English are starting to crumble here as Levy Spearman down to 13. There's now a big gap in the defense, and soon the English are going to be surrounded. The town militia and longbows is a weird mix of troops making their stand here. There's a weird frame droppage there. Sorry about that, guys. Wait, are they not going to charge in? Come on, Levy Spearman, go in there. Oh, there we go. One of the walls are down. But again, they can't quite advance yet. They've got to take out this English force. There's something really glitchy about that angle over here. See, every time I come over here, it must be like the elephants or something. It gets like super framey. I get like 16 frames per second. But when I come back here, it's like 50 frames. Much better. Okay, they're charging in now. Finally the English are surrounded, but they gotta hurry up because look at this. The two generals are still they're like vultures flying over a dead carcass in the road. They're just waiting and waiting and waiting to swoop down and to feast on the poor dead animal roadkill. But the Mongols, I wouldn't quite call them dead at this point, but they're limping with a broken leg. That's what I think. They charge into the bodyguard, what's left of the bodyguard. Here comes the other general from England coming in. Oh, crushing the Ghulam foot guard. Just crushing them in a very nasty manner. Here comes infantry to support. They need to get their cav out of there. You don't leave your cav in there. Get out of there, English general and Richard the Lionheart, fall back. Really, you'd think that Richard the Lionheart would be in this bodyguard. Because, you know, England. But, you know, he was leading the Crusades and stuff. Like, it makes sense. Oh, there we go. England's destroyed. I mean, he's got a couple spears here, but I think it's fair to say that the town has been conquered. The English general losing a lot of bodyguards. He needs to get out. He's down to 13. Oh, the Mongols are going to try to slow him down. They do not. And the general was surrounded by his own men, protecting him. And I think it's time for them to retreat back into the Holy City. We do have the mangonel of justice, and actually the fight for the inner walls are underway. And the balance of power is actually in favor of the attackers. But this is going to be really challenging. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's just cruel. We've got artillery setting up. We've got elite units like the dismounted feudal knights taking on the Sipahi lancers and the Ghulam, dismounted Ghulam, which should break pretty quickly because of the longbows and the artillery fire, just burning them to a crisp. And it's been a while. It's been a while, but the mangonel of justice is back. We should see some good shots. Here we go. Barrel of justice coming down and actually burning more of his own troops than the enemy troops. So the Turks are trying to make a nice aggressive advance. He's just kind of waiting for the Mongols to show up on the other side. So it's 61% of the attack, or now 62% of the attackers, 68% of the defenders have been killed. They are dead. Do it. All right, here comes the ladders. Dismounted Ghulams. they are going to have to face some enemy forces. We've got some Armenian archers who are going to try to pepper down the Mongols before they can get up close to the walls. I don't know if they're going to stand their ground and fight, you know, take out their little Peter Pan daggers and hold the ground at the wall, or hold the walls, or he might just fall back and get those archers to the town center. But finally, the Mongols have arrived after some pretty difficult fights there. You know, taking out, losing his elephants, losing his general. Most of the Turks have been crushed here. Not a surprise. He does have more troops coming in, though. And it's actually really good that the Mongols are free to help him out, because he's going to need the help. I mean, it's not exactly the largest force defending this. I think they've got to use their archers. Oh, here comes another mangonel. Oh, boy. Yeah, they might want to save that mangonel fire because it's super inconsistent and not accurate. So the best way to use a mangonel is to wait for the enemy forces to be really close. Like once they clump up and attack your infantry, then use the mangonel, because you're going to get some easy shots. But the Turks now have a catapult here. So I think England, what they need to do is use fire arrows and try to light the catapults on fire. It's pretty challenging, but it's doable. And the Turks somehow were able to flank around some English yeoman archers and some Sherwood archers. Wait, these guys are not even properly fighting. He's got to turn his dismounted gulams. It's probably because he's microing on the other side. What is this? Wait, he's actually got troops flanking on the wall here. I did not see that. So the Turks are now going to advance, try to take out some dismounted knights of Jerusalem. That's going to make things really challenging for the defenders. This is it, guys. The great push of the defense of the holy city, whatever city that may be. Jerusalem, the other holy cities. I can't believe I can only list Jerusalem right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Antioch and other ones. Alright, now he's got the elite infantry. I'm so glad he did not send in the Janissary heavy infantry early on in this fight. He saved them for a moment like this. Some people wait a lifetime, but I'm glad he waited a lifetime for a moment like this, because this is paying off. Look at that, they're getting kills, man. So the Janissary heavy infantry, I know I say they're pretty bad in Medieval 2 vanilla, but they buffed up the two-handed units, so they are a little bit better. Are they the best unit? No, absolutely not. But they are better compared to most of that Turkish infantry he had early on fighting for those villages. Oh, and he took out a catapult. Where are the Mongols, man? Oh, okay, they're taking the walls. They need that infantry, even though it's not a ton of infantry. Oh, man, and the arrows coming down. The arrows crushing these forces, firing at the flank of these poor infantry that are just trying to take the walls. Look at that. Oh, just ripping their hearts open. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right, and now the Mongols are aiding the Turks over on this flank, just trying to take out these longbows, yeoman archers. More and more Turkish infantry coming around here, and we've got a lot of the Ottoman infantry, Hashashim, trying to break through this Crusader flank. This is going to be a really close battle, guys. It's going to come down to a photo finish, I believe, just based on the balance of power. It's still in favor of the attackers, but that could shift very quickly because of artillery and archers. Let's go ahead and just watch this. Oh yeah, we got the mangonel firing. We got 2 catapult units firing. Lots of fiery balls of justice on the battlefield right now. And we've got a bombard firing, which I think... Oh my god! Just a cannonball rips through these Armenian archers. They're trying to fight against the Turkish genocide. But Janissary heavy infantry now pouring in. Moving on to the next unit. They took out the feudal knights. Oh, they lose a catapult. What timing? I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch where this one lands. Maybe it takes out a catapult, and sure enough, it does. So they're going to load up their catapult. They're down to 1, but you know, they still have that bombard. They got to try to use that bombard to take out this catapult. And the mangonel's still loading up, still ready to go. He's got some heavy built militia trying to defend the mangonel. I like seeing the Janissary heavy infantry start to cheer in the background. Like, dude, you're fighting in the front lines like you're winning or something. By the looks of it, you're losing. Why are you cheering? Oh, that might change things, though. Great hit from the catapult. That's exactly what they need because they are running low on troops here. The Janissary heavy are not going to defeat seems certain, so they got to change this one. They got to turn it around, use that catapult. They're getting the catapult a little bit closer. I'm seeing barrels of justice land over here very close to the Janissary heavy infantry. You might want to charge in this infantry unit because they need them in the front line. They're also really struggling over here. They should try to use their numbers and flank around. There's a big gap right here, so you could get around these English knights, but the Turks are just pushing their way through. They're pushing their way through. And the Mongols are now finally running down the walls and attack the very far flank of the defenders. But is that it for the Mongols? No. The Mongols have some forces here. They've got their rocket in position. Oh, nice move from England. Now being very aggressive. They're going to take out this rocket before it can fire. Unfortunately, I guess they didn't realize that they were getting charged. They didn't expect it. Sometimes the best tactic is doing the craziest tactic because your opponent won't expect it. All right, another barrel hitting the gate there, doing 2% damage. That's okay. Just fix it later. Oh wow, okay, so the catapult nearly killing the general of England. So yeah, they're gonna fall back. Let's head back over to this main fight. So this was a very aggressive play, but it didn't pay off because unfortunately the English knights, I'm sorry, England was just not fast enough to take out the rocket crew. And now the heavy billmen, heavy billmen are not that great, and especially since they've got arrow support from the walls. Yeah, he's got his Mongol infantry up here, just cutting down those heavy billmen. So it's not a good situation, but I really do like the effort. I appreciate the effort trying to take out that rocket. Oh, more Mongols breaking. Where do these? Okay, I think these Mongols were breaking from here. Yeah, these Mongols are gonna have a difficult time getting through this. And I'm real sorry about the choppiness, guys. I don't know what's going on. It should smooth out here. It is an old game. It's 10 years old, and unfortunately, as years go by, it's going to be more and more difficult to play this game. I should definitely keep an old computer nearby just so I can continue to play it. Oh, the Lionheart. He is down. Richard the Lionhearted. He is down on the ground. Oh my God, please. Hang on, let me pause it here. I am sorry about that. So sometimes replays are just like this, guys. But that's okay. Again, it should smooth out here soon. We'll just pause it a couple more times. There we go. They killed the general. Again, that's not the end of the world for the defenders because, well, they have infinite morale. But I think they're losing a lot of troops, though. Their best bet is right here at this defense. This final stand from the English Knights against the Turks. Yeah, but it's looking more and more difficult. The defenders, I think they need to fall back, prepare for their final stand. We do have the English generals still alive, still cutting down these Mongols. The Mongols are taking... Actually, no. The Kingdom of Jerusalem has reclaimed these walls, and the Mongols are now breaking here, and he is falling back his forces, preparing for the final stand, finding whatever he can to defend all the choke points here. Now, remember, they do have infinite morale around the town center, excuse me. He is going to use his archers. This is a very good vantage point on the battle. But yeah, they should be able to get a good amount of kills from here. I like how that one archer dude's like, get out of here, Mongols. Get out of here. Alright, they took, unfortunately, the Mangonel. The Mangonel did not get a lot of great kills, but it was fun to see it. Fun to see it fire. And now the rocket is now, unfortunately, the rocket launcher. Look at the power slides, man. The power slides to the ground. That is awesome. Also, the catapult crew from the Turks are now advancing. They are getting ready to take on this final defense. The English are breaking here as well, so the Turks can now push on multiple flanking positions, multiple fronts. The English king is going to be aggressive here and charge into the Turks. Oh, come on, game. Come on, game. Stop being so choppy. The Janissary heavy now they're gonna take all the glory and take this town center, or at least try to. It's still a pretty close game. You never know, especially with the Turks breaking or losing their general. The English now lose their general, but again, it's not a huge deal because they have infinite morale in the town center. In fact, most of the English infantry is dead, so we're not gonna see them anyways. Actually, you know what? They still have archers up here. They still have archers. This is actually pretty huge, guys. Unless the Turks send up infantry, which they are, but they've got to move fast and try to silence these archers. But it's just a catapult crew. It is just a catapult crew. So, oh, sorry, guys. Let's get a cool angle of these archers. Yeah, is the catapult crew enough to kill these yeoman longbows? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be enough. And now the infantry is pouring in. The Great Cross of Jerusalem make their final stand. Shield wall against the advancing Turks. The Mongol infantry also making their way into the city. More and more Mongol infantry charging in. The Knights of Jerusalem make their final stand as well. Could they pull off a miracle? Could they pray to the great Juju of the mountain and turn this one around? We'll find out. Doesn't look like it, but we'll see. You never know. I believe in miracles. Alright, the yeoman archers are trying to slowly kill the Turks as they advance up this wall. He's got more archers down here trying to slow them down. Is this the same unit? Yeah, I think it's the same unit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So half the unit's down on the ground fighting. The other half is up on the walls fighting. Oh, the rocket now focusing its fire at the archers on the walls. That's not a good sign. The archers are going to try to fight their way back to the town center. They need more troops to try to contain. The Great Cross has been destroyed. That's right, yeah. So I heard, I really didn't want to mention this, but I guess I have to now. But I heard that they made it so the Great Cross just falls apart and breaks. They don't actually burn the Great Cross because, you know, obviously a burning cross, I mean, that's... I don't know, I guess that could be offensive to some people, but yeah. You see how he hit it with the rockets that are lit on fire? You would think this would just, you know, catch on fire, but yeah. I've heard that they purposely did that. But yeah, moving on with the battle, where this is the final stand of the English and the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Mostly just archers. The rockets are still firing, because why not? Maybe just to scare them, they're shooting over their heads. Like, surrender! Surrender, we've got the gunpowder. We have the firepower. But I think it's safe to say that this is going to be a victory for the Turks and the invading forces. And the Crusaders are going to be defeated. Richard the Lionheart killed on the battlefield. So yeah, that's it. That wraps up today's custom scenario. I'm sure a lot of you guys are happy to see the Medieval 2 battles here. But if you look at the kills, it's actually... quite even. The Kingdom of Jerusalem actually not doing that great. Still, it got 1,000 kills. England getting 2,000 kills, getting the most kills. And then the Turks getting the second most, which is no surprise. And the Mongols also doing very well as well. If we look at the stats here of the Mongols, we can see 229 by the Mongol infantry. Of course, his archers are going to do the best. And yeah, that wraps up today's battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's nice, something different, you know, a nice custom scenario, Medieval 2. If you do want to see more Medieval 2 custom scenarios, be sure to leave a like on this video. If you enjoyed the video in general, just be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe for more epic battles. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's fight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And of course, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.